Hello and welcome to the Dinosaw for week 38. Another 7 curious, interesting things I saw last week. Two things. First of all, sorry about the last 2 episodes. I was traveling the world, which is very exciting. And the second thing, there's a mosquito in here. And if I slap myself in the face at some point, that's what it is. However, let's move on. First one is Symphonic, which is AI lip reading. And I've uploaded this video of me. I turned off the microphone to make sure there was nothing in it. And you can actually see on the right-hand side, or you can't because you probably don't know what it's saying, but this is actually pretty much what I said. There's a few errors in it, even the first couple of words. This is me testing out some it got it sort of okay. Now, then I was thinking, well, this is really great for accessibility. If you have some sort of hearing issue, then this is great. But then thought, well, you might as well just use a voice to text generator, which already exists and are very accurate. So then I was thinking, well, what is the use of this? Couldn't really think of it. Then thought, well, if you're a spy, for instance, you've got somebody 1,000 yards away and you want to see what they're saying through your telescope, you can use this. But likewise, if you're in the sports world and you want to hear what the coaches are saying, maybe what the players are saying, maybe what somebody far away is saying, or even on silent movies, what were they actually saying? There's lots of really interesting uses for this. I don't know really what I would use it for, but there you go. Either something kind of spy-y, or I don't know. Maybe comment below. This is a really small steam engine. It's 5mm across and is amazing. So this is Mike in his eternal quest for really, really small steam engines. It's beautiful to watch somebody crafting this sort of stuff. Do watch the video, it is amazing. But why is this interesting for technology? Well, it turns out NASA are also looking at very small steam engines, especially the Stirling engine, which can take heat differentials and turn it into motion to make their spaceships more efficient, or the stuff on board their spaceships at least. So it's really interesting if you're into kind of slow TV where you watch kind of interesting stuff happen over a long time. This video is for you. It's really, really interesting. So I like that a lot. This is Stanford University and made a breakthrough in imaging. So this is how to look through skin, but without using things like radiation or anything that's too invasive. So this is using orange dye, essentially, out of Doritos, or also used for Doritos. If you put this into the skin, it can flush it out within 24 hours, so it is essentially non-harmful because it's already been approved. But what it does is it changes the frequency to which light is absorbed by the skin. And because it's so orange, apparently it lets sort of the infrared spectrum through, which you can then image very easily. You can see the organs underneath the skin. Now, this isn't going to turn entire humans transparent. It just doesn't do that. So don't get your hopes up. But it's really interesting. For instance, it may be a way of imaging under the skin without having to use anything particularly harmful. Hopefully the orange isn't that harmful. The world's largest flywheel storage has come online in China. Now, there are some of these in America, for instance, and around the world, but this is the world's largest. So a flywheel, if you didn't know, it's like a bicycle wheel spinning around. It has some energy to it, it has some momentum. If you then need to power something from it, you can then get a little bit of energy before it slows down. Now, it has 100 and something of these little flywheels, or giant flywheels. They're all in vacuums, they're all flying around pretty high speeds. You can spin them up to speed using things like steam or water or electricity, or anything you've got, basically, and it can store that in basically motion. It can store it for a year, for instance. It can then power 2,000 homes for a year just using all of these flywheels. So 30 megawatts. So that's really interesting. What this is doing is it's taking away the need for things like lithium batteries to store that in there. Lots of people, got a lot of things to say about this. Is this really sustainable, etc., etc. There's gravity batteries and all sorts of things. So really interesting that this has come online. 30 megawatts of power in that. So RunwayML have updated their video, their text to video, and now their video to video model. So as you can see here, if you then take a certain video, you can then turn the style of that video into anything you want. Not a new thing, but the fidelity to which it does it is really interesting. So you can get up to 10 seconds of videos. It will take credits off you for doing this, so you do need to be on a paid level for this. But upload your video as a guide and then tell it what you want to do, either through text or just another video to look at, and it will transfer the style to that, which is really interesting. So this might be the future of, if you want to do a video, for instance, you just get some bog standard actors to do the actual thing that you want, and then you turn it into the style. So the video effects market is going to be further staring at their feet on this one. YouTube Hype is coming. So they've announced this. They've been working on this for about a year, but it sounds like it's about to launch. Hype is a way for the smaller creators to get noticed. So If you are watching a video and you really like it, as a watcher, you get 3 hypes a week. Now you can use those 3 hypes on any of the videos. The video has to be, I think, before like 7 days old, something like that. So it's a relatively new video. And those videos then go into a ranking, so that within each country, the top 100 hyped videos will then go into a ranking. So you have to have, I think, less than 500,000 viewers as well. So this takes away all those kind of Mr. Beasts out of it, and it gives the smaller creators a way of getting their videos actually seen. So if the video is really on fire, basically, then it will be seen in this. So really interesting. Hopefully that'll be something that you start seeing soon. It only works after you've liked something, by the way. So if you like a video, it says, well, do you want to give the hype to this video as well? I think it's a really smart way of doing it, and see how they roll that out. Be interesting. And finally, we have Ford and their patents. Always love a good patent, especially from Ford. There's some really weird ones out there. They've had 2 of late I thought were really interesting. One is a patent that listens to the conversations in the car and therefore will select ads for you. And essentially it's programmatic media, but using your spying on you within the car. And the second one, they've done a lot of holograms recently, things like parking assists using hologram, or at least finding your car in the fog in the car park using a hologram. Seems a little bit over the top. However, their latest one, which is really weird, is projecting holograms outside of the car using a focused hologram. And the examples they give are guard dogs and policemen, or cops, as it's obviously American. So yeah, so this one I guess is to guard people away from your car so they don't steal it, but also they've got projections inside them on the windows and things like that. So kind of weird. Whoever's working at Ford's innovation department at the moment and filing for the patents, well done. That's kind of interesting. You're on fire at the moment. There you go. Hopefully that was interesting. Sorry about the 2 weeks I missed. I don't seem to have seen the mosquito, and I'll see you next week.